every year. So Joshua took all the money, he chopped the money, and only a small part of your own budget. But you know, I can say to fight as a message, express your anger when Joshua entered the man, tell about when you walk out and I got a when you enter any president, he's a Kennedy, he's a Kennedy, he's not coming on with service, he coming on campaign. So he's a Kennedy. Once you respond to support the president, don't go there to receive this man because you can't in the class or you can't give the 1,000, you will take a picture. So you see the man in the phone. So you can find time to teach you. Don't tell them. It's been a game that we have made as a nation is being undermined by those in government who are showing a sort of seeds that led us into 14 years of civil conflict. This situation is frustrating and stimulates anger. But let me urge all Liberians, especially Liberian political leaders, to resist the temptation to say anything or take any action that will undermine the fragile peace that we have. We must at all times act within the scope of the law. Statements such as, quote, nobody will manipulate violence or we will forcefully resist, unquote, or that there will be Arab Spring in Liberia as statements that have the potential to incite the youth to political violence. These terribly threatening statements on the use of political violence made Honorable Joseph N. Walker and Senator Prince Johnson clearly violate the letter, spirit, and intent of the Federal Declaration. We call on all Liberians, including members of the Unity Party Alliance, to condemn these two politicians for such reckless and irresponsible statements. Walker should not follow Prince Johnson, a man whose reputation for the use of violence is internationally known. Should be so desperate for power to the extent that he to make any statement that has the potential of spreading fear among the Liberians. In order to ensure free movement of people and goods all over Liberia, we restore the federal restitution that was set prior to the Liberian civil conflict for routine maintenance of the highways and roads. The school system under Yama administration should be geared towards producing highly skilled professional Nigerians equipped to lead Liberia. Serve as a research-based critics and the conscience of our society and a place for academic freedom and excellence as well as an avenue promoting accountability, unity, reconciliation, social justice, sustainable peace, economic growth, development, and prosperity. The aim is to provide quality-free and secondary education for all Nigerians, as well as develop a sustainable program for promoting high-quality tertiary education. No Liberian child will be left behind under the government administration. We will ensure the conscience of our society system to be as happy. We must emphasize social justice, sustainable peace, and meaningful participation in national decision making as a means of nurturing a compelling atmosphere of revolution of power. This will entail support for decentralization, free, fair, and regular elections, and freedom of information, expression, and assembly. Promoting integrity in government from the office of the president to the lowest local government official through decentralized governance. Promoting a healthy population by focusing on preventive health services and strengthening curative medical programs and community life throughout Liberia with a strong mandate.
Share the life. And I tell you, this is the aspect of the theme song that I always wait for to get the ball rolling. Mediation brings wisdom. Lack of mediation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you backward. My advice this morning: choose the path that leads to wisdom. Good morning, folks. A very pleasant good morning. Welcome to the weekend edition of the Truth Breakfast Show. A presentation that brings you all of the happenings, if not almost all of the happenings, to the length and breadth of our country, that gives you the opportunity to speak out those issues confronting you. Yes, indeed, it is Augustine SAAH KORRIES KARNGAR edition. "18 days to the D-Day." If you've been through that humanitarian and that people-centered leader, you have 18 days in the quest to serve at the parliament and that of the executive mansion will be determined by those you live with in the communities. How you live your life, it is often said, the way you make your bed, so you shall lie on it. Again, good morning to you wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Too many energy this morning. The energy is too much. I'd like to say a pleasant welcome. I always knocking Korees down. I'm going to sit here this morning with a complete representation of the country I cherish most. The first cap tells it all. Why is representing FIFA here this morning? Good morning to the peace-loving people of my Gibi County. Good morning to you, Liberians. To the better way. I'm glad to be on your radio this morning again, especially on the Truth Breakfast Show, the program designed to give you what it takes in the space of broadcasting. Let me bring down the theme song and welcome my dear friend and brother, a colleague, on this pleasant Friday morning. KORRIES, good morning.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be here this morning. Bless God ever so much. You know, you mentioned about how we beat him here, KARNGAR, representing Magibi Kante. You know, I'm here in the Liberian Football Association office this morning.
So why you?
And we gave you people that land. Each time, won't let us fool people from Magibi Kante. You know, we make you to get status.
They didn't give it free. Remember, you did not give it free.
My man, no history tells you that that small thing you have been carrying around that I'm you know that they're all saying that.
Okay.
You know, they don't put less of Liberian people, especially Bassa people. But by the way, good morning to all. It's wonderful. Thank God, Augustine. You know, on Tuesday I posted a picture on Facebook. You know, I survived an accident. Cali Junction. Yeah. You know, it was not easy. Bus drivers are not careful, my brother. I must admit, I got first, and the taxi I was in, this bus driver coming from the opposite lane lost control, and he was fighting over the wheel.
Bumped into you people.
Definitely, my brother. Wow. I haven't been for God at this time. There's a different, but 18 days to election, I'm still going to vote by the grace of God. It's wonderful to be here.
And you see, one of the reasons why I'm always encouraging you to go to church, because God is always good to us.
Don't you again go to church?
No, I didn't say you can go.
You always encouraging.
Yeah, that is.
It means that I've abandoned going to church every time you can't go to church today.
No, not that you abandon, but the reluctance say too much.
No, so the issue to be, you know, that's why I always go to service, and sometimes my brother let increase our time to go to service, you know. But in the funny manner in which I always encouraging you, encourage me. When I send me 10 messages. You live into my house. No, you are not in my church.
I do.
I'm a full-fledged member of the 1 million church of Liberia.
No, I do call you, ask you as to whether you're going to church.
You do call me.
You remember 2 Sundays back you were in Bukana? When I call you, where are you? You say I'm in Bassa. I say, are you going to church?
2 Sundays back.
Yeah, you remember that?
Let me save you. We are on a network.
You remember? Let
me save you, my brother.
You can remember?
We always say
we
always say citizen of Magibi. You know, can't tell me that's why we meet in fact, not see me find out we don't create avenue for Magibi, and because they are our brothers and sisters, I will give you the opportunities.
In all,
God is the greatest, my brother.
In all, I want to say thank God for
the boss. See the position of this boss.
Yeah, you see,
no lesson play.
No, wait, KORRIES, yourself, you got to stop doing it.
No, I'm not writing about. I was in the taxi, and this boat lost control.
So why only the bus you do not have the taxi?
But then I've been in the taxi.
No, but you should have the photo so I can critique the taxi.
I was not in the taxi. I got around pause anymore, brother. Look at my status in level. I can leave in my. I got around pause from where you know, Rossi, you can't hear.
Why didn't you take the photo of the taxi?
But this is the bus. Almost, you know,
I wanted to do
nothing happened to the taxi.
I wanted to do a comparative analysis.
You understand? And this is the but no less simply. And you know, they got managed, got even directed the driver to go between the two and let posts that were on the road. It was by the grace of God.
Let me leave you. Let's
how you survive, my brother.
Let's remain grateful to God Almighty for preserving your life again. Definitely. For preserving your life. Not that you are
again.
Yeah.
Just a second time. Again. The first time it happened around
it's even more than 2 times. God has always preserved your life. Always. He's preserving your life. Because there are some things you can do.
God actually
they are good.
What are some?
But, you know,
don't bring trouble here. What are some? My mother is a choir, my father is a deacon. I'm a child of God. I was brought up in the church. That's why I don't play my Sunday school business.
Not everyone that say, Lord, shall so the kingdom.
You know, we used to go to Sunday school, way back church. Sunday school, the songs we used to sing. My way. promise.
That's
Oh,
all.
man.
But
That's what to give her energy.
well, let me tell you, this is the miscalculation.
Let's find a way. I find my way to the Lord. I mean, when
Okay,
you hear
I
some,
think
that
that represent the gallery. But when you say you on your way to the promised land, do you know what I mean?
No,
Then you're being escorted.
no, I'm working in the side of God. I'm going to the direction of God, so I'm working towards going to the promised land. My brother, what you talking here?
The songwriter can explain. But thank you so kindly this morning.
Say believe on his Jesus going to be saved.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so kindly this morning for following up this morning. We have Maxton Zabo. We have George Christopher Ware, Limon Kone, Smith Oslobo Papi Keita, Missionary Howard, Emmanuel Tukpa, Elijah Harris Boy, D. Sano Howard Lucky Fiso. What's up, my dear friend and brother? Sheku J. Jr. is following this morning. I also like to say good morning to all of you in Radio Land following. Too many persons following this morning. We do not have the luxury of to recognize you called your name this morning, but I would like to say thank you for being with us always on this dial. Too many things to talk on this morning, but let's give you the lineup. And of course, I will briefly have our studio talk chat. Our studio chat this morning has a subtopic. Studio chat has a subtopic because we have 18 days to the elections. You were told here by me that I won't hesitate to tell you the truth. And I like the position I'm in. I'm in the position of an advocate. We journalists, we are advocates. And we are, if you don't know, we journalists, we are watchdogs, we are advocates. Just as you have civil society organizations who go about advocating for rights of people, we are advocates. And when we see things, we bring them to the table. We tell you just as they are, with no fear and favor. So this morning, our the talk to your leader segment, you have it, for our studio chat is subtitled Speaking Truth to Power. Speaking Truth to Power. And this sub team will take on to the election. Speaking Truth to Power. I know some of you will soon start to cut speech, no problem. I know when the truth is revealed, sometimes it hurts. But it's good. It's good to look at your fellow man and tell he or she the truth. So we will have that, and of course, a lot of things to discuss this morning. We'll discuss the politics in Bon County. We'll discuss the issue in Maggie County, District 1, and we'll also discuss serious issues in Maggie County, serious issues at the Roberts International Airport as well. 8:15 this morning, Kids Educational Engagement Project. They believe that there's need for women to be given the chance for leadership. And so we want to ascertain from them as to how does it help in making the nation better for women to be in leadership.
It's important.
Look, we want to know the importance. And of course, they will be here. They will take on until 9:15 this morning. 9:15. This is one person who does not appear on radio easily. You have to do all of what it takes, because according to he believe in working than even talking more. And according to he's been referred to in his district as talking to his the lawmaker of District 1, Representative T. Berosa Tapunwe, will be here 9:15. It takes on until 10 o'clock this morning. And at 10 o'clock, we shut the doors and windows of this broadcast room, leaving in the hands of the continuative announcers. Those are the ones who will play the music, do the announcement reading. You just need the rest. The continuative announcer will take you until later on at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's 2:20 this afternoon for State of the Nation. So that's it. We hear this. That's the lineup.
Yes, it's wonderful. A great lineup this morning. A lot to talk about, and issues of people concerned, the journalists that watch over society. And when issue come out, they expect us to be able to flag these issues on their behalf. Some of them don't have the opportunity to do what we're doing now, so they can be, it depends on what we say. They respect what we say. They listen. They act in this way. National government listen to be able to act on some of those recommendation issues that have been raised by the citizens. You have authority to write communication and send to the office of the president or your representative or your senator to adhere to it right away. But the concern raised sometimes can be happening at the appropriate time.
Thank you. And to start the ball rolling, of course, we'd like to say, I hope these endorsements that received by candidate liability can result to votes. The endorsements are huge. And of course,
It's overwhelming. I'm surprised.
too many endorsements.
Yes.
Too many endorsements. Let's say, because it's easy, my man. I just believe, for me, most often when I'm speaking, I like to quote the Bible. It is written that it is good to walk when it is day, so that when darkness cometh, that will be your rest time. It's simply telling you.
That's how the end it.
Yeah.
You call the show.
Yeah, question. It's simply telling you. It's simply telling you you should walk in the day of your youth.
Definitely.
So
Your worship speaks for you.
Yeah. The day of your youth. So that at that age, that retirement age, you be relaxed now. You just be living on your retirement benefit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like to say,
his strength is the young people in the district.
So I like to say that you, your involvement in the district perhaps could be the reason why you're receiving huge endorsements all over the district, kind of the liability, which is all the best. I hope that those endorsements can result to votes. So this morning, we will kick start the ball rolling with the issue of Bond County.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning, let me be very frank here. I'm not going to mix my voice on key points that I jotted down to talk on. I'm not going to mix my voice. And trust me, I mean no harm. But I think these disclosures are meant for you to proceed rightly as a leader or would-be leader. As a leader or would-be leader.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll go to good school. So my attention has been drawn to Bond County politics between Representative Muhammad Briggs Mensah and the CDC candidate Thompson, President Weah, and the Vice President. And I want to say this clear, that for those of us who were administration, that know about administration, and somehow believe that as a leader, you should know at what point in time to speak to issues, and you should know how to address issues. This morning, I do not want to be like people who believe that the decision of the president in Bond County wasn't right. The president was very right in Bond County to have lifted the hands of the CDC candidate in District 6. What am I saying this? I'm saying this because the Vice President, Her Excellency Madam Joy Howard Taylor, did not do well for Muhammad Briggs Mensah that she referred to as an ally, that she supports so strongly. She didn't do well for Muhammad Briggs Mensah. The Vice President had all in her powers to ensuring that Muhammad Briggs Mensah becomes the preferred candidate in District 6 Bond County. The Vice President will have used her influence and talk to the primary committee to ensuring that Muhammad Briggs Mensah is given the preference to contest on the ticket of the CDC. In a much that Muhammad Briggs Mensah, Representative Muhammad Briggs Mensah, did not contest the primary of the CDC. And the CDC conducted her primary, and then a candidate was chosen. That person is the preferred person to be paraded with to the length and breadth of that district. And I think the president made no mistake. And when I followed the photos and videos from District 6 during the president's visitation, I saw Representative Muhammad Briggs Mensah and her supporters. The t-shirts that were on them were only carrying inscriptions of Representative Muhammad Briggs Mensah and her photo. While you have the CDC candidate t-shirt, had the president, the vice president, and herself.
Confused amounts of the photos.
So why you think the president will see somebody who is parading through the length and breadth, the streets corner of that district with his photo and campaign message? You think you should go lift your hands up? If the vice president believe that you are best suited to be the lawmaker of that district continuously, or for another 6 years, she will have done all in her powers to ensuring that either there's no primary conducted there, or there's no candidate featured by the CDC in that district. But in that much, Madam Vice President, despite of your closeness to the president, working together, and you allowed the primary committee to conduct primary, and somebody was chosen, I don't think you were to even go the route of bringing representing women Mensa as somebody you supporting. That alone is a slap in the face of the party.
And I think
that alone is a serious disagreement, and that alone has the propensity to ensuring that the votes of the CDC be divided. And that alone could lead you. It could lead you to losing the legislative seat in District 6. Hope you're taking these things into consideration. And now I'm convinced that one of the reasons why some of the legislative seats are not up for grabs by the CDC is because of these common things that you have understand. Yeah, Corey.
I think the issue I see is lack of information dissemination. You know, the president, vice president, we're going together. They push one agenda, one goal. And I think if the committee that was set in that county that's supposed to spearhead the issue of the primaries, I don't know how they ready carry on the primaries, but for the vice president to support another individual, then the president of the nation, the head of state, go there and say, no, I choose this person as the person on the ticket of the party. That alone can create confusion, especially in the minds of the voters and even supporters of the CDC.
Right.
And that alone can even create, mixed feelings. Perhaps, some supporters from the end of the vice president may have different feelings as so they may turn the president action as they respect to the vice president. Mind you, it's a contest. Some will say no, the vice president they do well. She's supposed to listen to the president before any action can be taken.
Corrie's,
but I hope that they do their best to handle the profession.
This is strictly administrative. This is not about mission work. In my mind, for me, I'm not sure the vice president should have even gone that route. The vice president is aware that the CDC has a candidate in District 6. There was no need. Even if she wants to support women breast measure, she could do it on her hand, but not to bring women breast measure, thinking that the president would not even talk about the chosen candidate of the CDC. That's come on.
Madam Mensah, is she's a partisan of the CDC?
Absolutely not. I have never seen her from the House of Representatives. I have never seen her.
Probably she has officially joined the CDC.
She has not. She's not the chosen candidate. Go to the net something. She's not the chosen candidate of the CDC. She has not been a sedition. She has not been a sedition. I report from the House of Representatives. I report the debate and I see a side of debate. So I don't know as to how the vice president think the president will have even given that kind of huge recognition to representing women breast measure in the midst of the CDC candidate.
I think the VP want to show more strength that she owns one county.
She scores zero on that. If the VP wanted to show strength, she should have done all in her powers to ensuring that no one candidate is given preference ahead of women breast measure.
If you promise the representative that she's going to support her, she's supposed to communicate with the president and hierarchies of the party to say, oh, I'm the vice president. You got power at the level of the party and in the country.
The vice president.
For the president. I know the issue of just sharing information is a problem. She thought that, everything was going to go well, but there's a slap in the face of the current to say, oh yeah, the VP, once she give me the support, it means the party support my re-election in the district and in that country. And so in short, then the president come at the end of the day to say, oh, I think somebody else, I think they do well and is a man on the part of what they already did.
The vice president scores zero. The vice president scores zero. Administratively, it is wrong. There's no way she could even be thinking that the president will have done that. Let's get to our next talking point. And of course, we come into Margibi County District 1. What took place in Margibi County District 1 yesterday? You have supporters of the candidate of the MDR. You have supporters of the Unity Party clashing. And you see, and that's why we have said to presidential candidates, you got to be truthful to yourself, because that is not about the people only. It is also about you. You got to be truthful to yourself. If the party selects a person in a district, what are you afraid to tell the people that this is our selected candidate? Because you sat there and you allowed the people to register as candidate on your party ticket. They're using your emblems all over. Your t-shirts, they're wearing them. So I'm confused as to how come the MDR and the Unity Party unable to provide that kind of leadership that you have the Unity Party candidate clashing with the MDR candidate. Why? If the two sides support the same presidential candidate, that is Ambassador Joseph Imabwaka. So how come they are unable to do things orderly and properly? The same thing in District 10. You can call back, say, I mean, it's so discouraging that our people will not conduct themselves in an orderly manner. You can't do this thing. So you know why you doing to the supporters? You even confusing the supporters. I mean the electorates. You're confusing. And you're very self, you're not doing good for yourself. You as a party, you're not doing good. You didn't take a decision. Look, it's always good to be firm by a decision. Stay firm. If you want to take this decision, take it. If you don't, leave it. Leave it. It could be chaotic yesterday in District 1. It could be chaotic. Because the two candidates support the same presidential candidate. The man could say, yes, I'm running mate is here, so I can leave this area. And I support this man. I support this man vice presidency candidacy. Or I support this man presidency candidacy. And he could say, I'm not leaving because I have done all I can. I have gone to communities. I have talked to people. And that could be a clash between the two parties.
Yeah. And what I see in this is, I think, from my view, I don't know what led to, the disagreement.
The Unity Party candidate organized a visitation. The VP of the vice presidential candidate of the Unity Party, Senator Jeremiah Akun, was having a visitation there. And that visitation, the meeting was organized by the Unity Party candidate. Well, the MDR candidate chose to go there because he too supports the bid of Senator Jeremiah Akun.
The rescue mission.
But was that okay?
So these things are happening, it's not good for the democracy. This is about election. So the fact of the matter is, I know leaders of the party will not be happy, and they are not happy about what happens in Magibi campaign. These are things that truly sound for election. And today, for example, if the Unity Party or the MDRO wins the election, you will get more news, disturbing news about positions that they promise people. Right now, there are some ongoing agreements that if you join or support somebody or a political party, and if it wins, why you're going to benefit, why your party will benefit, how many persons will be job at various ministries or agency, to serve in the government. Right now, the Liberians, the voters are not aware. There are discussions going on tables, and right after election, and once that party wins, and they are not going by what they agreed upon, at the end of the day, they will come back to the public and be raising issue, calling issue names, and say, okay, it happens when Senator Prince Johnson supported George Weah in 2017, and he came out to say, no matter will not support it because the MOU that we signed, you ahead to the MOU, so we're not supporting you. How many money you even appointed at the level of the government? One thing that made Prince Johnson to leave this, that making him leave a job, the citizen, and went to the Unity Party. So now they're having issue at the level of just campaign activities. Because coming in my district, I get my support to you, and all of it. These are small things starting. And once they ascend to the national scene, now there'll be a problem to go to balance the state of the affairs of the country. I think these things, leaders of the party need to put themselves together to be able to handle this issue professionally.
So just before we jot down with the Unity Party and get to the CDC and that of the RIA, I listen to, how do you call him? Joshua, the
Blay?
No,
yeah, it's Major Joshua Blay.
Right. This country, people promote people with high level of what should I say, immorality. People with tainted character, people of no moral, People with bad morals. They got bad morals. They got good and bad morals. People with bad morals. I listened to him and I said to myself, even if we are or we were to be asking people to advocate for us, people that drugstore, butt nakedness should be talking in this country. People like you should be talking in the country. People like you should not be talking in this country. People like you say, you've repented, you should remain in the church asking God continuously for all you've done to this country. And I want to appreciate Councillor Tewan Gong, who said it all. Who said it all. People like you should not be talking in this country. Where you to allow people to reign in this country, I believe our parents will have built our foundation very well. And we will have been to go, in a very good position. But you disturb the peace of this country. You created harms in this country. Today, our parents are unable or were unable to build our foundation to the extent we are struggling to build our own foundation. You have to stop these things. Anytime you speak out, they bring memories. People like you should not be speaking. You should continuously be in the presence of God, asking Him for forgiveness, for mayhem you cause in this country, for bringing people's lives backward, for creating an atmosphere that today people are living in abject poverty, for destroying infrastructures that we cannot reference anymore, for destroying structures that we are lacking, for destroying every fabric of our nation. People like you should not be talking. And then when I followed the live, I was like, wow, should this man be talking in the time of our country should just a man be talking. I think how you call him, Barney, Dr. Blind should not be talking. He should not be talking. And I will urge you to go to the church. We meet in the church, continue to ask God for mercy. And I want to believe that God has forgiven you. And that's the reason why you're still living. And that's the reason why you're among us. And He's giving you long way because perhaps He wants you to recognize that He's good. And His presence is always with the children, especially those that are willing to recognize His goodness. I'll leave it. So we got to the RI, the CDC. We'll take us, our guest here, but we're going to election. We'll not leave these things untouched. We got to tell you these things so that you'll be in a position, and you, the electors that are listening, people that are listening, you can render your judgment from here or from there. That's it. We are not telling you this person is this, that person is that, but we're telling you what we do and what you see. I've decided to, thankfully, before we come, I have a very long time to do investigation of things before. And for me, I always told people when I'm advocating, I do not advocate, I do not speak to issue because this person is my relative, this person is my friend. Oh, no. That's not it. I speak for the overall good of the people. President, where your CDC government is slipping again. Your CDC government is slipping again. I want to repeat. The CDC government is slipping again. You know what took place in 2020. I want to remind you of the elections in 2020 when civil servants were complaining about 3-4 months salary. And even some you had 5 months for them. You saw how they voted against your candidates. You saw how they voted against your candidates. I don't know how you take it or how you see it. The RRA, we are getting reports. I spent over 13 hours at the RRA last weekend. We are getting reports that you are not paying for July. You have not paid for August. September is coming to an end. October 10 is right here. Schools have opened. People want to send their children to school. They want to pay registration. They cannot get their salary to pay their children tuition. You are sleeping again. We said these things in 2020. We were on the platform. We said it. You didn't listen. Some of us, we love you. And we do not pray that you be a one-term president in our dispensation. We do not want to have that history recorded. We do not pray for that. And for me, I do not pray for evil against people. I prayed for people to succeed. I always crave the indulgence of our great Father in heaven to give man a second chance whenever he's in error. You are sleeping again. The government is sleeping again. Samuel 12. I don't know what is happening, but do all you can to ensure that this issue of salary at the RRA don't enter October. July, you have not paid. You have not paid for August. Today is the 22nd of July. September. August, October is just next door. You've been able to outsource the flat operation and grant handling, as well as the passenger service division of the RRA. In the name of, you'll be able to generate funds to ensuring that there will be salary payment will be current. On grounds that salary payment will be current, you are sleeping again. You are sleeping again, oh. I'm calling your attention because I know the decision that was taken in 2020 by electing some people to the Senate. People were angry. People were angry, not that they hate you as a president, but because they say a hungry man is an angry man. Schools have opened. People want to pay their children tuition. They can't get their salary. People want to pay their rent. They can't get their salary. People are going to work. They pay their own transportation. You do not even have a bus. RRA do not have a bus. A transportation means to take employees at the RRA. They pay their own way, and you are not paying their salaries.
Yeah, on the green
and you think they will be clapping to go vote for you on October 10th. You could be joking. You could be joking. You got to do the needful. We do not hate you. When we see these things, when we investigate these things, we bring them to your attention. And I think it should be your responsibility. You see it as your prerogative to listen. If you truly want to be a leader that will be recorded in the Liberian history for listening to the cry of the people. Mr. President, you are not here. I'm told you'll be back in country because you have agents on ground. Already, Margibi County campaigning for you is Margibi County is divided among leaders, among people that you are entrusting to deliver Margibi to you. Today, again, I will be in Margibi. I will not tell you where I will be, but I will be there. And when I come here, you will not even believe how I got what I'm telling you. Margibi County, you are depending on Senator Nukwe to give you Margibi County. You are depending on the local county authorities. You are depending on Magale. Even Magale, that you are depending on when you parade the streets of Margibi, you do not hear good things. You hear people telling you, we're eating your money. Because the money, quote unquote, that stole the money. It is our money. So I don't know as to whether he has ever communicated with God with all that he's spending to get assurance that he'll be voted for. I don't know whether God has given him that assurance or the people of Margibi have given him that assurance. But why you hear from people, they say, we'll eat the money. The money is our money. Those monies that he gave to us, the money belongs to us. That taxpayer money. Well, what I'm saying this morning, the issue of the RRA salary is stopping again. And Mr. President, you are fronting for re-election. You are on the political field for re-election. Do all you can, or else you will experience what you experienced in 2020. They don't want you now because they don't want the Messiah or he was seen as the Messiah. People voted the Lord with anger because they weren't taking pay, salary were not current, and you had the Minister of Finance and other guys thinking that intellectual lasting people's salaries would be the only means of thinking that the government is the rightful government. KORRIES,
yeah,
I will end by saying if if the Christmas will be good, you'll see it from the eve.
Yeah.
By the time, I remember our days when we were fronting for Christmas clothes. If we can see our clothes on the eve, if we can try our footwear
even before the eve,
we know definitely that there will not be a good Christmas for us.
It will be a better Christmas.
And we'll start to cry on our parents, Mr. President. If these people are to joyously go to the pools and vote for you for a certain term, give them their just benefit, ensure that their children are in school, ensure that their homes are okay.
Yeah. So again, remember in July 18 of 2022, when about 39 RRA employees were turned over to the NSA after they staged a protest, on the runway of the RRA, preventing passengers from boarding their respective flights in demand of payment. That time was 2 months' salary they owe the employees. And you talk about the issue of school fees and rents. The one key issue is that we are going to the elections, and parents believe that they need money to be able to buy food to keep in at home. Right after voting, they want to stay at home to have some quiet time with their families and friends. But I know the president is aware of what is happening at the level of the International Airport. Okay. When the United Party launched that Sunday, I got information that they were having some discussion within the chat room, saying that, gentlemen, we need to double our efforts. Right now, the people are aware about the budget that the CDC is operating with for this campaign. The information about 50 million, when they put here, they kind of figure, they are worried. They say, but then they talk about money. The government is spending this huge sum of money about campaign. What about us who come from home every day? Look, if you are a father in the home and you're working 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you can come to the madam to say, this is the money that I got for this month, or last month, you're not getting any respect in the home anymore. You say anything, the madam won't listen. Even to get what for the children said, they didn't care to even look at you, because you as a father in the home, the rules and responsibilities are being felt at the level of which you expect that to be seen. So this is a serious issue. Every time the Robert International Airport is a kind of a basic entity that every now and then people are coming, and business transaction continues to go at that level of the institution. What's the problem with that one airport? Every day people complain about salary issues.
So just before we take our calls, I will appreciate. And I don't know what I will appreciate, but I think if the president wants to accumulate votes, if he wants to get votes in IGB, 2 things he needs to do now. Number one, the whole campaign team in IGB, they are divided. You got Senator Nukwe and Jerry Vanning on one side, with Clement Garden on one side. Then you got McGill, Jones, Daddy Gibson on one side.
I would have message.
You are carrying one message, but then you got divided sides.
Oh yeah.
Your messengers are not united.
And at this point, the opposition bloc, they are celebrating what is happening in the camp of the citizen. They are celebrating a leeway. The opposition bloc, let the continuous noise ring in the country. Let institutions, let those who work at your ministry agency protest. The opposition don't care. They don't care.
I said this again. Yeah. I get a case study that got down with Senator Tonla. I told people on this radio, there's a name that is being overlooked in Magibi. Jose Yapaulo, he's called Yapuya.
Yapuya. Okay.
You visit communities he's talked about. He's not spending the money that maybe he doesn't have the money. Maybe he does, or he has the money, but he believes because he was born there, grew up, school there. So the people, he doesn't need to get the people money to vote for him. But he's been overlooked. But he's been heard. His name is being paraded in all of the street corners. And McGill, your people said, I don't know as to whether they are truly preaching your message. I don't know whether they are going in the communities, but when you go into the communities, not many people you hear talking good about you.
Okay.
Like I said, they would say, oh, we'll eat my money, we'll eat my money, we'll eat my money. I don't know whether
and don't overlook those sayings. Don't say about say, oh yeah, that make it stable, man. Gentlemen will succeed. Gentlemen will make progress.
The how Tonla defeated somebody, thou answer Sony.
Yeah.
And great men of the sword. They overlook. That's the same way you're overlooking Yapuya. By the time you look, he pronounced senator of the country, then you say, they cheat me.
Yeah.
Nobody cheat you. Nobody cheated you, boy, because you do not want to go to the people who are supposed to give you the vote.
Okay.
You send it messengers or agents who are not the rightful agents. 077629665. Now we're not talking plenty today.
Yes.
I'm someone talking with this.
Definitely. 0775 80 90 37, 0775 80 90 37, 0776 764650. 18 days ago to the election. That go to the line to take this person quickly. Good morning. Hello.
No, I told you to get good phone.
Good morning.
Let me talk to you. Don't want to get good phone. Good morning.
Investigative phone.
Come on, sir, my God, man. Your mama to a fly.
No problem. No problem. Pastor, me also call. I want him more. Well, do you want then again? Ah, boy.
You know, the reason that is due, President, we are in government, we have to go rest after 3 weeks. You got 19 days, you're talking about being a good leader. They've already filled the Liberian people, the people are resolved to electing Joseph Waka. This is a Liberian revolution. This is not Joseph Waka, this is a complete revolution. The people of Liberia against the CDC because of the action of CDC.
Okay.
But what is the people themselves?
Okay, let me hold you there. Let me hold there, people, and talk to this person. We do not have the loss of time. Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear you too. Yes, say, Michael.
Let me thank you for the show. Look, trust me. The issue of the RRA, we are hoping and we trust that leadership of this government will see reason to make sure that the salaries of those people will be paid. I think they need to think on that direction because those people, they are workers, they are family heads.
Yeah, my school's open.
Other things. Secondly, let me say very good money to Representative supporters. I heard that you guys will be hosting.
They keep a beer, man, coming.
We are sending back to speak to the district.
Yeah, let me take this person quick. Good morning, let's hear you. Morning. I'm going to do my ball.
I know y'all left free menu.
The penny cheap is going no time, beg you, sorry.
Oh, I'm following the paper.
All right, thank you so much, Jose Yapuya.
Emma, come on, you beeping me? No, it can't beat you. Emma can't beat me. What?
Hello? This person again. Hello?
You're supposed to use that phone?
Yes, this professional phone. Hello, good morning. 07767646.
So let's take 2 more calls and go to our guest.
Yes,
let me take this person on the line. Good morning.
Please don't hold the line, please back you.
Good morning.
You guys are holding the line.
Yeah, good morning. Okay. All right. So we're not taking a call.
Okay.
Yeah, we are done with the calls now. We're done.
Go to our guest. No time.
Thank you so kindly for being with us this morning. We have to transition this morning. We just gave you a jiffy of some of the things we have seen in the districts and counties. We'll bring you some, and I can assure you for now to the election day, the one that will tell you it will be left with you to go and decide as to whether that person should be re-elected or elected. Because for me, I will give it to you as I see them. If you don't like it, that's it. But you got to take it and see as to whether you can add upon it or leave it. Thank you. Let's now join our first set of guests. Young Lise, promoted. I didn't put it this morning. Of course, let me say good morning. Welcome to Japan.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let me begin from my far left. Just introduce yourself. I'm not. Okay, so let's hear you.
Okay, my name is Elisha Dachie for
Okay,
Case Education Engagement Project, Chilis.
okay, let's hear you.
My name is Yama Escodi for Case Educational Engagement Project, Shiri.
Thank you so kindly. Let's hear your
Tina F.
colleague.
calling from Cape Educational Engagement Project.
Okay, Tina. By the way, how you all doing?
Fine.
You okay? So I want to say, feel free. If you want us to reduce the EC, we can do it so that I don't want you children so that right. But if it is okay, then no problem. Okay. Just for your sake, we would like to say thank you so kindly for coming. Welcome to the Truth FM. So basically, let's know about this group called the Kids Educational Project. What is it about?
Anybody?
You getting me? I'm asking about this group, the kids.
Okay, Case Education Engagement Project. Actually, it's not a topic on the discussion, but yep.
I just want to know because you can just come and the group. We can't talk anything about the group. So I hope you know what I'm asking you, and of course, we want to have a civil conversation. So by the way, you have already introduced yourself, and of course, I will believe that you will do your very best. So let's look at what do you see as so important, or what is it so important for you to have people like you, women, girls, in the, you can talk.
Come again.
You're not getting me? Is it that the headphones are not loud? You getting me now? Are you okay? You getting me? Are you getting me? You have to speak out.
Yes.
So I'm asking you, what does it mean for women to be in leadership? Any of you can talk. We got Tina, we got Nyama.
It
Who's
is
coming in?
important for women or girls to be in leadership because society or for people to not take advantage of girls and young women.
So it's important that so you want to tell me when you girls or women are not in leadership, people will take advantage of you?
Yes.
You experience that?
Yes.
You got, yeah, because this is something you're talking about participation in leadership. Most of you see how the legislature you got women there, you got people there who are advocating for you as well. So why you're wanting 50-50, and we need to be 50-50 in leadership so that decision making process will be done both ways. So what have you started to engage yourself into? Any of you can answer.
So we carry on more awareness for equal participation, like girls and young women taking part into key position through awareness.
So what is the important?
Come again. Why is the importance of us? Okay, so if you take part into decision making, you get informed about things that is happening around you, and it gives you that self-esteem as a leader, and it also boosts your prestige as a woman to be part of decision making.
They can also give the opportunity to lead in society. Yes.
You are not giving the young people the chance to serve. Have you noticed anything as to what is responsible for young people to not be given the chance to serve in leadership, especially young girls?
Yeah, some girls and young women shy themselves away from key position because they feel they are not in the best position to occupy that particular position, and their lack of support from their other friends. So
You think?
so
Go
you
ahead.
find out that once your friend is not able to support you as a girl who lack self-esteem, so you shy away from key leadership position. You'll say, oh yes, you'll say, oh, because if my friend with me are not supporting me as a young girls, then why is it that I should take this bold step to go into this key leadership position? So they lack support from their fellow colleagues.
So, you are in a campaign period. What can you say to a female, young ladies, women who are in this whole political struggle for leadership? What can you say to them?
So my word out there to my fellow colleagues is that women are self-contained. Women is powerful when it comes to leadership position. So we should be able to build our self-esteem in order to take part in the key leadership position.
Okay. Uh, any of you want to help? The names again. You have Tina. You have Nyaman. Any of you getting me?
You just get there.
They were asking you about. I mean, because you are in 2023 elections will be conducted on the 10th. You have women who are canvassing for a leadership position.
We have lack of support from fellow girls and boys.
Okay. Support in terms of what? Telling you say, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. So I don't want you to be afraid of the microphone. The microphone. I mean, they are only there to get your message out there. So I'm asking you. You got a lot of young people who want to be leaders. Some want to go at the national level. What have you seen so far as challenging issue for them? Now they are bullied in the public.
So the government of Liberia and CSO should be able to provide equal participation for both girls and boys.
You've not noticed that you don't see that when they are given the chance to contest their constitutional rights are given priority. You don't see that.
Come again?
Yeah, you want to tell Yama? I know Yama or Tina, right? In the white, who is in the white? What's the
The
name?
earphone is low.
Please go increase.
Okay.
Here.
Hold on, I'm coming. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So okay, you can go ahead with the question. Why I mean answering why she's. Yeah.
Come again?
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you. I hope this will be having more interactive. You should not sleep on me. I don't want you to go sleep on me because you are fronting for women leadership. You want young people to be in leadership. What are some of the things you, as young people, have started doing in your community? Because it starts from home. You got to start providing leadership from home.
So we serve as mentor to our fellow girls by like in our communities we take key position so that they can see us as mentor for them so they can follow our footsteps.
Yeah. So Yama,
Yes.
okay. So who is Tina? Okay. So yeah, let's look at your contribution. I think you just got them in now, right? Okay. So let's look at the role of what important role do young people, especially young girls, play in leadership? When you have young girls in leadership,
Yes.
what does it mean? So yeah,
It can be very good for young girls to take leadership.
what make it good?
It can bring pride because during this day, suppose it's not good for women to take leadership.
You think it is not good for you in your own mind? You think it is not good for women to be in leadership?
No.
Do you support women in
Yes,
leadership?
I support.
Are you supporting people who are fronting for leadership in your communities and your
Yes.
districts?
Yes.
What do you tell them, especially those of them that want to be leaders? What do you tell them?
I encourage them. Because some people can say, oh, it's not good for women to take leadership, women belong in the kitchen, it's not good. Right now in my town, one woman running as one male running as town chief, then one girl, one boy running as youth chair, and all of them are running like so women. We support our friends.
Is it most often when your friend females are running for position, you females don't support? You don't think that one of the reasons why you do not have more women in leadership? Anybody can answer this question. It doesn't have to be Tina, Yama, and what's the name?
Alicia,
Yeah, Lisha. Anyone can answer
come
that
again.
question. I'm asking. I say it's often said that most often you women don't support one another, and maybe you don't think that would be one of the reasons why you do not have more women in leadership.
Yeah. So, like for keep and empower me in so many ways. Like they provides opportunity for interns to come in a space and learn more about what our organization is like. So I think other people should be, it may not be key position, but create the opportunity for girls and young women to be able to acquire more knowledge about how organization is run, how office is run, makes more invite more interns in your office so that guys and young women can be able to participate and know more about the organization and the office.
So, what is your involvement? Are you involved to going to communities, encouraging young girls like you to venture into leadership, to see themselves as future leaders or people who can contribute immensely to whatever decision-making process of our country?
Come again.
Are you involved into encouraging your friends, young leaders, young girls like you, telling them that you can be a very good leader, if not, um, you can build your skills and be one of those successful leaders in our country? Are you involved in that
Yeah. So
inspiration?
we have meeting in Wemastown where we discuss issues that face in the community. And as a speaker for Wemastown community, we try to do more awareness because they
Hmm. You mean the local leaders in the community, the partners?
okay, the
So,
chief for Wemastown,
okay.
he said that most girls and young women shy themselves away from meeting because they feel that women are supposed to be in the back. So we carry on awareness in Wemastown community, telling them that they are not supposed to be in the back. They are more complacent as women, and they should be able to take in key leadership position. So at least through that awareness, some barriers was broke, and from our awareness to Wemastown community, at least things has improved and people have started, girls and young women have started attending meeting, whereas first they never used to attend, they used to shut themselves
So,
away
what do you
from
tell
them.
them when you call for the meeting? When you go for the meeting, what do you tell them?
When we go for the meeting, we tell them that they should be able to take key leadership position. They
shouldn't be afraid.
They shouldn't be afraid to take key leadership position. They shouldn't say, oh yes, men are the ones supposed to be at high authority,
Okay.
while we the women supposed to be in the back. So those are serious barriers when it comes to women taking in key position.
Yeah. I'm hearing somebody talking. You want to talk about any traditional practice
Yes,
or what? Yeah.
traditional barrier.
Okay.
More often in the rural area where women wanted leadership, they can be afraid because women can see the main devil.
Okay.
And you woman, when you taking key leadership, Jake when something happen in the town when they put it there, was how will you see that something? How will you solve that problem?
Okay.
That's on the issue.
Do you hear for them telling you say, oh, in our town or village, the men will say, no, you can't be leader over us?
Yes, it can happen.
You hear that? They tell you that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
So it's anytime they say that when main devil is coming, all the women supposed to be inside. They're not supposed to see the main
we
devil.
get
So
see
those
main
are
devil.
something that shy people away.
but you
Those
don't
are
think that is fair
tradition
enough. You don't think
barriers.
that is fair enough? In your own wisdom, you don't think that is fair enough.
It's
Eh?
not fair. It's not fair at
So
all.
how should it be? It's just like the reason I'm asking you. Okay, the reason I'm asking you whether it is fair enough because, like for me, I'm a male now, and maybe I'm coming from the water side, born naked. You think you're supposed to be outside to see me, especially when you are not a part of me. You don't think it's fair enough? Wherein when the male devil is coming out, you should be somewhere different. But how is it hammocking? How is it hammocking leadership now that you talk about? You want your girls or women to be a part of. How is it hammocking? Hmm? Any of you can tell us how is it hammocking? Bothering you from participating in leadership? You from Tori, what do you experience from Tori? What Tori people? Nyama and Tina, right? What are some of the experiences from Tori? You gotta be. You getting me?
Yes.
So then you give us some of the stories from Tori. Let's hear some of the stories because I guess the girls can tell you, especially you people who are involved into now
So
advocacy. Yeah,
like some of the thinking stop off of becoming leader.
some of what?
Like traditional barrier.
They don't have support from the community.
They will not get support from the leader, the elders.
Always supporting the boys.
Do they suppress you people when you want to take on some decision? They say no, you can't do.
Yes, they're always supporting the boys.
They restrict you.
Yes, they're always supporting the boys. Because some people still going back the normal day.
Why do you think they're always supporting the boys and not supporting the girls? Is it that they are smarter than you or what?
No.
Why you think they are always supporting? Okay, yeah, anybody.
Okay,
They are
they are
supporting the
always
boys?
supporting the boys because they believe that men should be the head,
Okay.
and there's every good thing when it comes to leadership or when it comes to acquiring opportunity, men are the ones supposed to enjoy it.
Okay. So now,
So women, the whole thought is that women should be at the back while men be at the forefront.
and you think men and women should be side by side?
Yes, equal participation. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Side by side? And sometimes you even want to be at the front.
Yes.
Right? And that's why you're voting for. You want to be at the front. I think you want the men to be behind you holding your back.
No.
Is that why you want?
Equal representation.
Okay. So that is
50,
side by
50.
side. Okay. If you have in this town or chiefdom, if you have a woman to be a paramount chief, you must also have a man, or if you have a man a paramount chief, a woman should be there as well, occupy that position. So that decisions that are taken will be from both sides.
Exactly.
The men interest will be sick, and the women interest will be sick as well.
Yes.
That's why you want. How is the message resonating? How is it going across? Are they really getting the message? I guess you are involved. You go to the communities that you say you are in Pakistan. You always talk to the girls. How are they getting the message?
So we are getting there small. Gradually we will get there. So we try to more awareness, to more radio engagement so that people across Liberia can be able to access this awareness through radio engagement.
Okay, so this is an initiative that I guess you want for every young lady to benefit from, because you want to see your peers in leadership, you want to see them at the peak of him of power. So with the section of Moxorado, maybe Margibi is just right there, because Mama Star should be around. It should be Margibi, right? Is it Margibi? No.
On the highway.
On the highway. Yeah, Mama Stamps. Okay, yeah. So are there plans for any extension, like going to Bond County, Grand Bassa, Nima? Are there any plans?
No, she lives in some other counties, and yeah, she lives here in Mozzarella too. So we are from Mozzarella, she lives. But sometimes we do awareness in all counties. So
Okay. Do you have jingles played? Because some you might not be able to reach to all of the communities, but once it is, the jingles are played on the radio, people will get the message. Maybe some people will be inspired. They'll start to look for your outfit, and they want to be part of you. They want to be like you, or even more than you.
So we create a message where in your place on ELBC radio.
Okay. On the ELBC?
Yeah, ELBC radio.
So now before because we'll do more of this, I think we'll have to do more of this, and we will have to schedule so that, because we want your concern to be heard, we want your plights to be heard as well. So we will not hesitate calling you on many occasions, if not on many of our interview days, so that you can speak to your peers. Yeah, a lot of young people. People say the young people these days are too much into violence. Too much into violence. What can you say to them? Any of you can talk.
Yes, we can go be persuading, they will be encouraging, and small, and by the grace of God, they will be able to listen.
Okay. Do you hear cases of a lot of young people being involved in violence? Do you hear them? Because you can go to communities now, you visit people, you speak with your friends, you see things.
Yes.
And what do you say? What do you hear sometimes? People telling you responsible for their action of violence.
I don't understand.
What do you hear from people telling you that this young man was involved in the violence? What do you hear from them? The action now that are responsible for their act.
Some because bad argument wherein your friend, you got your friend, yes, your friend is not in favor of your party, and you are not in favor of your friend party, then your friend say, yeah, you discriminating your friend party, say, oh, why you have to discriminate one party? Then the person get upset, they take some issue, man, they harm you with it.
We're going to the election. Too many peace messages, people calling for young people to be to denounce violence, to not be used by politicians. You got 18 days to the holding of the general elections. What can you say to your peers, young people that are spoken of being involved in the violence acts?
So what out there to our peers as we go through this electoral process peacefully, let us remain peaceful and cast our ballot. As first-time voter, we shouldn't get ourselves involved into electoral violence, because this is our first decision as a first-time voter. And in order to be part of decision-making spaces, let us remain peaceful and cast our ballot in peace.
You voting?
Yes, I'm a first-time voter.
Really? So you involved into a campaign of talking to people who are in your category as well, right?
Yes, I'm actually in a project I call My Votes Counts.
Okay.
Yeah, on first-time voter.
When you went to register, because I'm looking at your sorry, I'm looking at your ballot side. When you went to register, were there some high level of caution given you? Because some people,
there was a challenge.
They almost deny you.
Yes.
So what were they saying? You didn't. Your body could not convince them. Your height could not convince them that you are with the
They say I was under age. I was not of age, so I should call someone to verify my age.
And you did that.
Yes, and I did that. And actually, it was my worst day because I really wanted to be part of decision making as a first time voter. So when I went at the police center, hearing that, I feel so discouraged. But nevertheless, I said, in so doing, it boost my self-esteem. I came back and called my mom. She verified my age, and I got my
You
card.
carry your ID card.
Yes.
And I know it was a difficult moment for you because you know yourself to be someone who has reached the age, and you went and say, they said, no, you know, no, you have not reached the age.
Okay.
It was a difficult thing for you. But with the exception of you, were there cases that you observed, I heard about people reaching the age or more than the age, but they were denied because of their body size or height?
No, talking about electoral incident, people did not reach the age but they obtained a card. So when we went
You
to
saw that?
Babolu, it was an experience for one of the major in Babolu. We went to Babolu, he said our boy did not reach the age, and he went to the police center and got a photo ID card. So his parent was sincere to go back and say, oh, my son did not reach the age, but he got a voting ID card. So I think that is a plus to his parent and to our fellow parent out there. Once our child did not reach the age to vote, we shouldn't force them. We shouldn't let them force their way. Some way, somehow, you will be part of decision making once your time reach at the appropriate time.
Oh, okay. Now, we will have to leave people. Like I said, we'll have before the election, we'll have one again before the election so that you can give some words of caution to your peers. People should not be used by any other politician. People should not be moved by political speeches so that the peace we all enjoy can be maintained. But just before we interact, take a few calls. People might want to talk to you, give you some words of encouragement. Is there any other thing that you want to talk of that we have not touched?
Yeah. I think all our NGO should be like Keep Liberia, because Keep Liberia has empowered both men and women. So they should use Keep Liberia as their mentor to be able to into equal participation for both men and women.
0776296659 0776296659. A brief interaction here. Right here we have people from the Kids Educational Project. They're here this morning. Like we said, we will continue to speak with them so that they will do more and more. So let's hear you this morning. 0776296659. Let's talk to this person on the line right here. Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear you. Oh, you're going off the line. I didn't cut you off. 0776296659. We'll take a few calls right here on the True Breakfast Show. Of course, we have great young women, young girls in here talking about the importance of women in leadership. Let's talk to this person on the line. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Bringing a female to who are the higher hearts. It is 50% representation. The question is, are they prepared to teach? Because we can see that in terms of representative, we elect Odokan and the rest of the others, they are not putting the perspective of gender-based violence against females, cannot be and when it flows the basic issues. They are always playing with them. So making a female to represent it's not bad for us. They should compare. That's the point of this.
Okay, what are they prepared? Go on, let's talk to this person. Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
What I'm our young girls pushing for things that not just necessary, but it's just something that should be my question for them is that parents and their entity should see us to go to an interview. Yes, the people involved that if you go to my
No. No, but how will you join? Why will you join the female tails different and the male tails different? When you hear the people talking about they want equal representation, they want to be side by side. They didn't say they want somebody to be at the back. Why you trying to stay? Okay, I think I got you all right. Well, we can go further with that again. We have to get a call. Right, thank you so kindly. You're listening to the calls, right? So let's just begin with Nyama on my far left with your parting statement. You listen to the call. Then we come to our. Okay, Nyama is in the middle, right? Okay, so Latina is on my far left. Tina, let's hear you. Parting statement, what can you say? And then we'll come to Nyama. From Nyama, now we come to Ayosha, right? Let's hear you.
Young girls and women should support one another in their community, school, and country.
Let's hear you, Nyama.
Young girls and women should also serve as role model in the community and the country.
You think they're not doing it? You observe that? Okay, let's hear you. I don't know. This is my third time into I think. It seems to be. Let me hear you. What's the name again?
Okay, young girls and young women should be able to build that confidence and say that yes, indeed, I can do it, and definitely they will do it. Let it build that self-esteem.
What's the name again? What's the name again? Elisha. Okay. Elisha, I won't forget that name anymore. Thank you so kindly for being here this morning. Like I said, we will have to do more of this so that because we want you to be very fluent when you're speaking to issues. We'll make sure that the fear of the microphone doesn't grab you anymore. So we'll have them more than we see as to whether we'll be allotting some time, not just to you, but also young girls in the community so that they can speak out on some of those ills that affect them. Thank you for coming and wish you all the best as you went about doing your daily activities. Of course, you listen to that this morning right here on the True Breakfast Show. Just before we take sports this morning, we'll talk to MacArthur Lawrence briefly. MacArthur Lawrence, we're talking to MacArthur Lawrence briefly right just before we take sports. He said he didn't organize any gathering on yesterday. He didn't organize any gathering on yesterday by, as it been reported, but the gathering was organized by the Unity Party candidate. But what happened? Was he invited? How did they meet? How did the whole clash begin? What prompted the clashes? So let's establish from MacArthur Lawrence this morning. Because myself here know that when Kennedy SYZ is campaigning here, NP should not be there. Mr. George P. Good morning. I'm okay. Very good. Were you the one that organized the gathering for the visitation of the Unity Party Vice President Barry in presence of Senator Jeremiah Kuhn?
Thank you so much for a brilliant journalistic work. I listened to your news this morning and it was not actually balanced, but being a professional journalist as you are forced to get the story balanced. This program.
I mean, how will you say our news was not balanced? We reported.
Let me end.
So what makes it unbalanced now?
It was not balance in the sense that the news said the program was organized by Unity Party Kennedy, which is a black. I challenge anybody.
Were you the one that organized the gathering?
This is what happened. On 2 days before the program, I was invited by my standard bearer, who happens to be the vice standard bearer of the rescue team. And then we talked, and he also communicated with the country campaign manager, which is Tom Owen. And then we all met and we then communicating. We all played this program together. And he is contesting. He is from a Liberty Party background.
Okay.
And the father, Gaga is from a Liberty Party background. But Gaga, because of the issue of with Muslim ability and others, he cannot go on Liberty Party ticket. So he was given the permission to go on with the Unity Party logo. So that's, but originally this was given to MTR, and that was how I was asked to contest on MTR ticket. So when he came in last minute, because of the sake of peace, we accepted to accommodate, and I said to myself, it is not a party that is going to make me to win. It is my work, my illustrated ability, and my plans in agenda for the people. And my living relationship with the people is what will make the people to vote for me. So I don't have problem with anyone coming. We are 15 years. So if I'm going to have problem with Gaga, then I have problem with all the 15 or 14 candidates.
So my question here is, there was a gathering yesterday. Were you affirmative? Were you the one that organized that gathering?
Was organized by the rescue mission, not any candidate. We were asked as candidates on MDR and from the Liberty Party angle, which Gaga represents, for us to form a part of that program. It was the rescue mission visit, the unusual program. It was not by any candidate.
Okay.
So that's what I said, that it was not about, because it was not by any candidate. It was the rescue mission usual campaign trail in every county.
I'm asking you this question because we followed the campaign of every political institution in this country. We followed the Unity Party, the CDC, the LPP, and you just named the rest of the party. And those parties do have candidates within the various districts, and of course they have their senatorial candidates within the county as well. When they go to the district, they do have their candidate, like you hear in the news. When President Weah went to Bond County, District number 6, the CDC candidate was the one given preference to. Now you're telling me you're not on the Unity Party ticket, but the Unity Party also has a candidate there. Were you the one again? I'm asking.
This program, no, I already know where you're going. This program yesterday, it was not a Unity Party program. Get it and get it.
So was it just a walkthrough by the Unity Party vice and a barrier?
It was the rescue. It was the rescue meet and greet.
Okay.
That was the program.
Okay.
If Gaga had organized this program, trust me, I'm a law-abiding person. I wouldn't have gone there to do what?
So I will call the chairman of the Unity Party, if not Mo Ali, if he says that the program was organized by the Unity Party candidate, it means you are the one who instigated whatever that took place yesterday.
100%. But what I want you to do, my Guinea County has a campaign manager, and he spearheads everything in my Guinea.
And who is your campaign manager?
John Bowie, the former superintendent of my Guinea.
Was he there?
He was there. He invited me after I arrived with my supporters, and my supporters were overwhelmingly in support of me. And Gaga saw the crowd. He got intimidated by my supporters when John Bowie invited me so that he can tell me the itinerary for the day.
Okay. I have to hold you there. I think I got former superintendent John Bowie number here. Let me just get in contact with him for a few minutes. Thank you so kindly this morning for picking our calls, because we gathered that you were not the one that organized the program. And thankfully, you said that you are not the one that organized it, but it was the rescue mission. Okay, thank you. George P. is one of the candidates in District 1, Maggie County. Just before we take Tapia, because I know Representative Rosa Tapunwe is already in the compound of RCR so far. We're taking 9:15. I want to talk to John Zimbabwe, because this thing having two candidates is not easy. I want to talk to John Zimbabwe this morning, right here on the True Breakfast Show, as to whether the visitation of Senator Jeremiah Kun was just a walkthrough, and that any other person who's supposed the Unity Party and the MDR collabo can come true. Well, we're not getting Zuba, but we hope that Zuba will call us as well. We're not getting him. We hope that Zuba can call us to have this established as to whether it was the rescue mission and they're playing that whole thing, and not the candidate of the Unity Party, and not the MDR candidate that were playing that whole visitation. Naomi Tapper is right here with Sport. Naomi, I'd like to say good morning. Welcome.
Switzerland. Oscar Dollar played the full 90 minutes for the Czech club. His 40th appearance in a European club competition. It was also his 10th start of the season. Meanwhile, Victoria Planks began their UEFA Europa Conference League campaign with a narrow 1-0 win over FC Balkany, with Samson Due playing the entire game. This was Samson Due's first appearance in a group stage of a Europa Club competition. Blackman Warriors recorded their second win of the season to extend their points to 6 from 3 league matches. They defeated the Southeastern Boys of Sanu NPA 3-0 at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium on Thursday, while Shatter FC suffered their first defeat of the season after losing 3-2 to Junior Professionals FC at the Tusafi Sports Page on Thursday, March 3 of the Orange Second Division League. Mohamed Kudus scored his first West Ham goal as the Europa Conference League holders came from behind to beat Serbian SAAH Buka Topola in the opening game of their Europa League group campaign. The Hammers enjoyed one of the funniest nights in their history back in June when they beat Fiorentina in Prague to win the Conference League for a first European trophy since 1965. But they were given an added taste of the challenge facing them following the evaluation to the continent's second-tier competition. The visitors, also known as TSC, were disciplined, determined, and handled the chance of a famous win by an awful error from Angelo Obuna that allowed Peter Stamling to rob him of possession before running on to finish past Lucas Fabianski. But West Ham know the score now on these European nights, and despite a wobble after conceding, they dusted themselves down, made changes, and dread their way to victory. Liverpool came from behind to beat Lask Langs as they made a winning start to their Europa League campaign. Lansk midfielder Florian Flicker struck a brilliant opener from the edge of the area on 90 minutes for the Austrians. Darwin Nunes equalized from a penalty spot after Luis Diaz was fouled before Diaz himself scored the winner from debutant Ryan Gravenberch's cross. Second half substitute Mohamed Salah added a third goal late on for Georgian club SAAH to seal victory. Club made 11 changes to the Liverpool team, which started against Wolves in their previous fixture. The impact of those changes was clearly felt as the rest endured a stumbling first-half display in the first Europa League match since the 2016 final defeat to Sevilla, before an improved performance after the break helped them turn the match around. It meant club became the first Liverpool manager to win 50 European games. That's all from our sports desk.
Father God, to make your decision. You don't need to fight. You don't bring that anybody file. It is unprofessional. You don't have to do that election policy.
Thank you so kindly, KORRIES KARNGAR. Of course, you listened to the lineup this morning. We said to you that at this time, we will have my Gibi County District 1 representative who's fronting for re-election, Representative T. Berosa Tapon, where he's here. Of course, I'd like to say good morning to you, Chief, and welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. And good morning to the Truth FM family.
It's been a very long time now.
Sure. It really has been. And I even struggle to even be here. But it's okay that I'm here.
And someone will be like, why is it like you've been off the radio for long, even though sometimes you are heard, on the news, but talking about live appearances?
I think it was for strategic reasons.
Okay.
We are in a society where people can be misunderstood.
Okay.
We don't really mind being misunderstood because we know what we stand for. But it's also good to listen to your supporters who think that by being straightforward on issues, you might be offending people who may likely be of help to you.
Okay.
So we try to balance that, but overall, we are keen on our mission. And our mission is the people.
All right. Where have you been? I'm asking you this question because I have to ask you. They say you're not in the district, so I'm asking, where have you been?
That's nonsense. Nonsense from people who don't have anything to say. People who really think that by spewing this garbage and keep repeating them, people will believe them. And I think that worked for some people.
Okay.
I remember yesterday I stopped in the community where they said, so, I don't know, where do you live now? So I laughed. I said, well, right to the same house. I said, well, we always hear that you don't live in your house. I said, well, look, I live there, go there anytime, night, morning. We don't sleep out of our house,
okay,
on the Marshall Road unless we travel out of Liberia. Even when we visit the Family Hotel or other hotels in the surrounding, the Kenya Hotel, I always offer my key to colleagues and say, I'm going to sleep in my bedroom. So I don't know where it comes from. Since you asked that question,
right,
we wanted to just, so that we can move to substantive issues.
Yeah, because I just want to have this, because I heard that you're not in the district, you live in some part of Maserati,
right.
So
this is a probate deed.
You want to show it to the camera?
Yeah,
okay.
Camera.
Yeah.
This is a probate deed, and you can. Issue came out, but by the producer that we defeated.
Okay.
We didn't think it was necessary to talk about. We were on a serious campaign, but you have people now running around who have no history of any involvement in the people's lives, and now coming to this issue as their issue. I don't want to say they are liars, okay, but the evidence is here to prove that this deed is in the name of Tiba Rosa Somo Taponwe, as the owner of this property, occupying 1 acre of land. Is there, right here. And let it come to proof. If you cannot prove it, don't make us to tell you that you are a liar all the time you appear, because you got to be credible to run for these things. These things, they're not just joke. You're not just like, okay, let me throw anything at the people so that they'll believe it, so that I can be elected. I think it'll be a disservice to the people of this country. So I just want to tell you, this here, we don't want to this is original copy. Right. We don't want to leave it out on the internet because we don't want our opponents to think that they have called us to displaying our documents that are of personal nature.
What do you think such a campaign is always coming against you? Because you said 2017, similar campaign was...
well, I did not confront it. I thought it was a mere gossip because sister property, relative property, it doesn't live in the district. They don't have any evidence. Even the very people who visit me on a daily basis, who may not be in my favor, but I welcome all because you don't have to support me to come into my property. I still believe that they need to know that. So people are masquerading as candidates, but they are not credible. And when you are credible, you will not run with a story that you don't know about. Okay. This is why I decided to just display this. It's not to be displayed. It's my personal property. You want to challenge it, go to court or go to NEC. Okay. But not to just purely just to impress upon people what you think is happening, which is not true.
Just before we go to some substantive issues,
Sure.
let me say thank you so kindly for the construction of the police depot.
Sure.
I think this kind of initiatives are needed within our society so that the issue of crippling crime can be tackled. Let's get to why should Tupperware be retained?
Why should Tupperware be retained? Simple. These things today, the way it's happening in Liberia, Gus, is like anybody should be, or anybody. Once you play the games, you lie, you deceive the people, they will go to the police station, they'll vote for you. And this is why Liberia is in the dilemma it's in today. Okay. Tupperware is independent. Tupperware is progressive. Tupperware is people-oriented. He doesn't think much of himself. He thinks of the people. It has been demonstrated over the years that we have served our people. We don't do projects and say, I, meaning that we use it to say our people will benefit, but yet we have a personal lineage to it. So, like the police station, like the Gaza Reserve or Health Center, or the Boys Town market, and other things that we've done, is focus is the people. So I think among all of the competitors who I respect, don't have anything to say, I don't think campaigning and using other people's names and will help you. You got to say what you want to do, who you are. I think when you look at that and do the comparison, it will be an easy decision to retain Tupperware. That's basically what it is.
Let's go to your workings at the legislature. Firstly, have you been able to execute all you had on your agenda for the first session?
No, not at all.
Some stay out?
Some stay out.
You care to name it?
Yes. I represent the largest military installation in the country. Okay. Those people I care about, I respect them. Even when they used to call them locals, I still have respect for them. Now they have been reformed after the war. Decent men and women in there. I think there's something that we need to pick up on this people. That is, they need to get a living wage. Since we came in, we have not increased a dime on their paychecks. These are people who are making sacrifices. They are not just ordinary civil servants. They are people who will defend us, who will defend us when we need them. So we have to make sure they are taken care of. That's why other countries we emulate got democratic principles. The people we emulate, that's what they do. The men and women in arms must be taken care of. They are in a special category. So I think that was not done, and I can assure you, when we are given reaffirmation, when we are supported to be seated in the 55th legislature, that will be our game. Living wage, where their families can be supported, and life insurance for the kind of risky job they do. When you increase, you prepare for war. So basically, there are many more that we'll talk about.
I know some of the questions you can be asking when you go on your campaign trails. Liberia, sometimes people don't worry about asking as to whether you've been able to read this law and whether the law is in the interest of Liberian people. If not, what have you done? Have you been able to introduce bills? You hear people asking you, what bill has he introduced? What bill has he ever crafted?
We did. Okay. We did. The Road Fund Act, which was passed, technically was passed. It was passed, it called for reconsideration. The president did not pursue it, and yet it did not proceed to the Senate. Okay. The Road Fund Act is important because the importers' fees, every gasoline you buy, there's a percentage of that. All of the cry, the SAAH is, I am an original inhabitant of the Southeast. I'm originally from River G.
Okay.
So I can't get to River G unless I go through Ivory Coast. It's a shame. I hope when I go there, they will deport me from Africa. I'm serious. The point I'm making is the idea behind that amendment was to ring fence whatever we were getting. And the international community, all our partners, will be able to match those funds to give us money. I remember when I was working on that bill, I was told, look, if you do this, if this succeed, if the money that is coming to the government in a name of road fund contribution, if it is protected, we can get $300 million. You know what $300 million can do to our road infrastructure, our road development fund? It would have been more. So they would not be crying, oh, we're not doing this, we're not doing this. But that was thwarted. It was unfortunate.
Thwarted by whom?
Well, thwarted because it did not get to the Senate. So, I mean, Augustine, you cover us.
So it's still before you people?
Yes. It's still before us.
And you think that was due to what?
Politics. Politics of misrepresentation. I think the public administration was involved. I don't want to begin by calling these names because I think people who serve Liberia must be able to look at the long-term implication. There was a political disagreement between Boniface Satus and officials at the Ministry of Public Works. And I thought it was because my role is divorced from that. My role should be separate. I have oversight. I propose bills. Every bill don't have to come from the executive mansion. We can propose bills too. So because the road fund bill did not come from the executive mansion, did not mean that Taponwe did not believe and did not have the substantive arguments.
You don't think, is it because they never wanted you to take the credit? Maybe some of your colleagues never wanted you to take the credit. You don't think so?
That's not how governance work. No one man does not have monopoly on ideas. That's what the structure of our government calls for.
Were there consultations before introducing the bill?
Yes. But even if there were, let the bill die or progress based on its merits, not based upon any petty politics that would derail it. To say, okay, we'll knock our chest, we'll kill it. I know that and I heard that. But without commenting, let the people of District 1 give us a mandate. These things will be rehashed. We are not going away. We're not, even if we are not in government, the problems of Liberia, whether it's rule, whether it's health, whether it's education, is the lack of political will. We have to step up. You know the story. We have been critical from the very beginning. When we went to St. Abbey, Augustine, I don't know whether you're on a trip. We went to St. Abbey. I headed the specialized committee that went there, and people were calling. They wanted to talk to me, to offer bribes. And I said, look, this is a special national engagement, serious tax. We went there. They wanted a special meeting behind closed doors. I said, no, as chairman, we invited the media to be at the hearing that we had in St. Abbey. Well, there were a lot of games played again. But look, while we are aware, we can dive into every little details. So what we did, we said, okay, somebody can say, look, I received $5,000. You want to come in, what you receive? Well, it doesn't matter because we know what they're offering. But we refuse that because the work of the people. So when we went to St. Abbey, I believe it was last year, and the company that succeeded St. Abbey, the officials said, look, we want to tell Representative Taponwe, thank you because of what he did. Some of us who are Liberians, we occupy senior management positions. That was the outcome of what we were fighting for.
You don't think that's the reason why you were taken from the leadership position?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Did you regret
no,
taking you from the position?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, I mean, I understood that. I understood politics. I know why.
It gave you the leverage wherein you go sack anyone at any point in time.
Augustine, you have to establish yourself and you be principle-minded. Leadership position, what I'm chairman of this, I'm chairman of that. I know we fight many battles and people accuse each other of everything in the house. You know that for sure. But my responsibility to my constituents is that I didn't promise you a lot of things. The only thing I promised you was I want to be somebody who will stand for you. I will not compromise your interest.
Was it the management of St. David that wanted to bribe you so that you could compromise the interest of the Liberian people?
Yes.
And you said no to it?
You said no to it. Said no to it.
Why your police are looking for money
I know that.
to have projects implemented in that
I also
district?
need money too.
And you were saying no to money?
No. When do we put the state ahead of personal interests? Chief, I've been around for a while. The reason why Liberia is what it is today is because in October now will change. Liberia has suffered a lot. The civil war, all the issues I know there were times where people were taking tankers from APRC in the 80s who were coming of age and they made millions and they made mansions. Where are they today? So this issue of personalizing, of being overly greedy when you pretend to serve the people has not helped us. I don't want to be part of that sector. So money or no money, I'm about service, I'm about the people, and I want to do my work.
You always advocated for the issue of workers' right. In fact, your district, you have divisions within your district. You have some part of Firestone within your district. You always talk about the Decent Work Act.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have the largest part of Firestone.
Okay.
From Division 1 to Division 17, including Dusa. So that should constitute the largest portion of Firestone.
Okay.
Yes. Look, 25 years to say, come and work with me. I signed agreement.
The Decent Work Act we're talking about. So
This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Before the so-called Decent Work Act, which I don't think is called decent, it should be called indecent, not decent.
The one that we're currently using?
The one that we're currently using is against the ordinary working people. It was hijacked by the big businesses and really put our people in a position where they cannot fight back. Who should protect them? We should protect them. When I came here, I reviewed that Decent Act.
Are you serious to refer to it as indecent act?
Yes, sir. What I say is being carefully studied. I will not say it if I didn't study it. It's not decent. Look, what sense does it make when people were being paid as a retiree every month? That's a contract. Then you bring in Social Security, which was funded in the 80s, but did not have anything to do with a decent one. You say, oh, because you will receive Social Security when you turn 60. And so therefore, we'll reduce your pay by 40%. Maybe not. Once Social Security start paying you, you're not deserving of it. Who says that? So our laws are misdirected because, and so what our people are suffering from today, 2019, other companies stop it. They stop the whole process. They filed a lawsuit in the Kakata, the Circuit Court, they won. We transported them in there because we thought it was wrong. We transported them, they won the case, Firestone, and took a flight to the Supreme Court. I attended those proceedings twice, went there. And the first time the Supreme Court Chief Justice at the time, he's no longer Chief Justice. So my Gibby representative is here. We just want to send a caveat to him that this is not a political forum, this is a legal forum. Well, if you are in your black robe, with all due respect, you have a very important case that affects people. You are a Liberian first. So why would you want to comment on my presence? Anybody can go and watch a case.
Right.
In this case, her interest, my constituents were suffering, are suffering. And that was a prelude to what will come. And they decided the case against the retirees. I read that 32-page document. Nowhere in that document, they reference what the lower court did, the local rule. Say, Firestone, you cannot interpret the law. Only the courts can interpret the law. The Supreme Court did not refer to that. I don't want to impugn anybody's motives. But this is what we are suffering from. Who will help those poor people? I will tell the people in Firestone, current employees, official retirees, we got to fight that battle. So I proffer a bill with a Decent Work Act amendment. It passed our House. It went to the Senate. There were too many delays. I contacted most of the actors. And these actors expressed support one way or the other. I even attended a session of the Senate just to push them to say, let's come to an agreement. I even met the chairman of the Judicial Committee who had original concerns.
Are you saying you preferred amendment to the retirement benefit?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm explaining. So we went through it. Today we close. The 54th had closed. Nothing was achieved. But there was agreement reached That agreement said, okay, fire zone is complaining, other people complaining. And look, I've attended meetings where I've never entered a room where there were so many lawyers, but I was not intimidated because I knew the cause was right. But look, we came up to an agreement to cut long story short. That look, let's do what LAC is doing in Grand Bassa County. It's a small company, not comparable to companies like Fires2. And what they do is that they pay 1 month every year so that the people at least can go home. This word golden handshake, where you get the people $500. Only Liberia will coin that vocabulary, golden handshake. Golden handshake, what? It's small, the people sacrifice. When the people use you for 25 years with such a hard labor, you cannot do anything for yourself. Let us reward our people for their services. They're not doing that. So we are hoping that in the 55th legislature, this thing will be rehashed.
That is if you are elected.
Yes, sir. If we are elected, we are given the real mandate. We'll push that. We know there was no reason why that bill was not sent to the president. And let's see whether the president will veto it.
You've been able to ask the leadership of the House?
Now, we took it from the House. It's in the Senate already.
Senate.
Yes.
Did you do a follow-up?
Yes, I did a follow-up. But Augustine, let's leave.
You think it's been politicized?
Yes, it's been politicized. Companies are still lobbying to make that bill to disappear. We know that, but we are not going to go further on that. We just want to say that the poor workers of Fires2 deserve their rights under the law. No company, whether you're a powerful company, can come and operate in this country and become a country within the country. You come here as an investor, you must operate in line with the laws of this republic. We have to help. The basic premise of my comment is that we Liberians, we are the ones that are hurting our people, and not the investors.
You don't think because of your advocacy, that could be one of the reasons why maybe you're not even getting support from constructions around you? They could be helping you to pave your roads. They could be helping you to pay helpers where you could carry the glory.
Sir, we've done that with our companies. We've done many of that with our companies. We hope that they will contribute. But you know why? What we are planning, if we get a reapprobation of this quest, is to be a legacy legislator. Will be more robust. Liberia will be ill-served by honorables. We call ourselves honorables.
This could lead a campaign against your re-election.
Sir, look, maybe that should explain why I don't like to come to the radio stations.
Okay.
I like to be honest in what I say and do.
Yeah, because when you say you want to be more robust, constructions around you could campaign against your re-election.
Let them come to campaign. Look, Liberians are not as stupid as people think they are. They understand the issues. When you are suppressing them, you think you can use money and try to silence opponents. I went to one of the divisions the other day. I said, look, the only people that will be really happy if I'm not re-elected will be Firestone, because there will be no voice there to fight for you. But I think we are on course. We are confident, not overly optimistic that we will be re-elected easily.
Are they telling you that?
Well, you don't have to tell me that. I know that. We have privileged conversations.
You're so confident of being re-elected?
Yes, sir, we'll be re-elected, and we are looking forward. We want people to join us. District 1, Magibi County, is a diverse district. It's thriving, and we will make sure that we will set standards that are higher. So anybody who will be coming after us, they're not just, oh, I want to be honorable. I want to be honorable. And you put your hand as you got rising on the arm. That nonsense practice. That's old practice that never benefited this country. We want to set a standard. We are humble. We don't believe in security. We don't believe in other protocols. We serve the people. We will get to the people. We are getting to them already.
You've advocated over the years. I think that was even prior to your election as representative for the expansion of the RI role. You referred to the dark nature of that role as a death trap.
That is correct.
Are you happy with the kind of work that have been done? And do you think there should be frantic effort for ensuring that electricity is expanded within the communities?
Yeah, sure. The electricity issue, I think we are getting there. I spoke with the coordinator of the project just yesterday. I'm in contact every week. Within the next 4 weeks or 6 weeks, electricity should be extended to Marshall. We still have ways to go all the way to District 2. We need that. So progress is being made. I called the coordinator. I said, look, all of the deadlines you have given us have come and gone. What are you doing now to make sure that people are helped or relieved from this suffering? Look, imagine in the 21st century, people have to deal with no electricity, we have to deal with generators. You know what the cost it is? It adds onto the burdensome economy. Okay. So I think we are there with economy. On the road issue, we are not at where we are. I put that our road issue on the agenda single-handedly. Okay. When it was approved by our partners in government, executive, we work up through things. I have my concerns. It's going on. And we hope that it can be successful. If you ask my honest opinion, I will have something else to say.
And that's why I want you to tell us your honest opinion about the road project.
Well, I wrote communication in the house. You cover the building. I wrote communication calling the Minister of Public Works, the Minister of Finance to come and tell us the source of funding, the technical capacity of whoever was involved in this thing. And we didn't get that. But Augustine, what I'm going to tell you is that I will tell you that let us proceed in 19 days, 18 days
18
to
days.
election, and we'll revisit that issue. But am I satisfied for something that I dream of and put on the agenda? No. Can it be improved? Yes. How do we do it collectively? But we have to be honest in these discussions. We are not where we wanted to be on that road issue. But now we should be completing that road. So there are setbacks. And the setbacks are due to the errors that we made. I'll be frank about that. We made errors. There are mistakes.
As a government?
Yes. Not a government. Which I would not want to dive into. Coming back here another time. If you can get
that is if you are re-elected.
Yes, sir. Even if I'm not
because
elected.
I think that's the time you want to really come out of your shell.
Well, I don't know. But Augustine, don't you think I've been out of my shell? Why in government? All of these things I've addressed them. The road fund, war crimes court, cabinet general, removal. We have how many persons in Africa in this traditionally a cohesive environment where ruling parties have their way? How many parties in the ruling party can come out to differ publicly? How many? I challenge anybody to tell me that.
And you were doing that.
We did that. And that's what I'm going to tell you. We did that.
So why were you...
Not because...
And that's why I'm asking, why were you depending on to be doing such a thing now? Because, man, you're from the ruling establishment. The thinking is everything the ruling establishment say, you will say, yeah. When
you hear people say, oh, he said, he fight against the party. Who am I? I don't fight against. I would rather let my party to shine. Because when we shine, we do better. It benefits us. What we get out of government is for people to say, you did well. Thank you. That's what we get. So, look, I'll tell you a short story. When I was in graduate school, there's ethics in public sector. The professor, he came out. There was an FBI officer who wrote a book against a sitting mayor of a city in which I reside. And that book was basically against the mayor. So you have different chapters. So the professor called and said, look, I want each group, we'll organize you into groups. So where you can discuss each chapter. Oh, wow. And the professor was anti the mayor. He had all of these things to say. The mayor this, the mayor that, the mayor this. So we brought it, I said, okay. So when he gave us our assignment as a group, I told the professor, can I opt to be against the group presentation and come up with my own position? He said, yes, you can do that. So we did that. They presented pro, I presented con. When I got through, I said, oh my God, I don't think I'll pass this course because I destroyed everything the professor said. I respected the professor, but I thought the professor was manipulating us. I said, at a graduate level, we are doing research. We are independent minds. We are pushing a terminal degree. So we don't want anybody manipulating us and telling us what to think, what to say. So what I did, I presented that and I destroyed his argument. 1 week after he sent me an email, everybody said, man, you're going to fail this course. The professor sent me an email and said, Mr. Tapone, I thank you for your presentation. I will give you A for this course. You did extremely well. So that's how it ended. I'm saying this to say, look, we are not truthful or speak our mind because we hate people. We do it because we honestly believe that. And sometimes when you speak the truth, it should be able to help. But in Africa, we don't like people who are confronting the truth. So that's what it is. So we'll do that, no matter the consequences, but we know we'll prevail in this election.
Don't you think that's the reason why you are not on? I mean, today you are not contesting on the ticket of the CDC because you were always standing for the truth.
I don't know, and I would say that, and it doesn't mean anything.
Do you regret why you're not contesting as a sedition?
Well, many seditions support me, and trust me.
No, but you are not going now this time around as candidate of the CDC.
No, only because, again, when you do these things, people misperceive what you do. Okay, they think you are against. Now you want to strengthen the system. When you do that, you will not struggle for re-election because District 1 is not an Irish district now. People have moved there over the years. District 1 is a cosmopolitan of my degree. So for me to see things, I don't confront it, I don't say it. That'll be a service to them. So look, this issue of not being on CDC ticket was orchestrated by Maba Molo. He had a friend, a female friend that he wanted to promote. The female friend was to Maba Molo almost every day. What they were doing, I don't know. I don't want to suggest anything like that.
He succeeded.
He succeeded, but what does that mean? Does it mean that the people of District 1 will just go alone? This Maba Molo had never visited District 1 for anything substantive, except that last year at the end of December, that's when he introduced that female candidate who had never participated in anything of civil nature.
Do you see her as a threat to your re-election?
No, not at all. That's why I didn't want to even discuss it. You brought it up. No, not at all. She managed Tapon. Even if Tapon were not in the race, she would not even come fifth place. That's basically my honest assessment of the issue. However, let us proceed on that.
Where are we with this old folks bill?
The old folks bill, that's one of my disappointments. We fought and passed out a bit from our section, our house of this place.
Okay.
The old folks bill was passed. I think it's necessary. Look, the state must care for people who cannot help themselves. This is what they call private. Budget is about priority. If you don't prioritize people who are aging, what does that say about you? You wouldn't want to take money for yourselves and live a lavish lifestyle. So look, other countries that we are emulating in the democratic style, take care of the elderly. We thought it would be something that we would do. It's language in the Senate right now. So just like the December Act, the old folks bill is language in the Senate. We hope Senator Jim Banning was the point person. And I've not spoken to him lately on that. I think we can see how to fashion it so that when people no longer take care of themselves, we are in a fast-moving world where children are even struggling when they themselves are hitting retirement age. They cannot take care of their parents. The state got to step in. I told a story where when I went to the States in December, and my friend mother was there. She never worked in America, but she filed for the mother, and the mother got green card status. And the mother, because of her age, was given benefits. I visited her apartment. The lobby of the apartment is like a hotel.
Wow.
Yes. So look, we're not up to that standard. We can mobilize our domestic revenue generation. We'll not be up to that standard, but let's at least make them to feel that they are Liberians. Being old does not mean that you are not a Liberian anymore.
Well, let me ask you this the question before we go to the line.
Sure.
Many of our colleagues have cried of no money. They are not getting legislative funds for the way they used to implement some of the projects. They're not getting money, so they got a lot of unfinished projects. They broke grounds for structures that they've been unable to build. How did you manage building two-story building of market? Building a police station, building other, hand pumps, grading roads. Where did you get the money from?
I have a colleague who always told me, my people don't need development, they need money. It means I keep the money, election time you go, you spread the money.
Really?
People, yes, I have a colleague who said that to me. But I disagree. Why it's true, I call him a political advisor, I disagree on that. Fundamentally, I disagree. Look, let the people have the facilities. Do what you can do, the market building in Boys Town, the police station. We had small money on that China Union Social Development Fund. I decided, I said, no, we cannot do a continuous size building. Let's expand it so that at least within the next decade, we can still call your police station. So we took our own money to do that. Literally took our own money to do that. And I hope that will be utilized. This is a highway, our international road. When our visitors come, we call for investors when they come. So when we have a very good police station around come on the highway, we need one in Duazon. It will help. What will be no jobs? We need company, government cannot do it alone. We got about 70,000 employees on payroll. The money for that monthly expenditure has ballooned. We can't afford it. Let us not pretend we can afford it. So let's do something. So I did that out of the mind. I want to serve my people. So money or no money, there must be a way, and you can make the ultimate sacrifice. Augustine.
Well, he's my Gibby County District 1 Representative T. Barossa Taponware 0776 7646 0775 8093 9037. Let's now go to the line and
before you go to the line, you never confirm what I show you.
I saw when you are reading through when you were reading, you want me to read all the scripture?
No.
I only wanted to see as to what is for you, and I saw the T Barossa someone Taponware. So yeah, I come to read all of the inscriptions. I don't want you. I saw it when you did that thing. It was directly to me.
I don't want you to.
So I was reading through. No.
Sometimes we depend on you.
Yeah. So I read. I saw your name. I saw your name, and I was even looking at the amount you pay for the 1 acre of land.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Let me talk to this person right there on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Augustine.
Good morning, Emmett. Let's.
Good morning to I appreciate you. Let me appreciate for the love of what you're going to do in your district when it comes to reducing the crime rate in case to the police station and the market. My question is, I want to see with 18 days of election, what message are you carrying on the field? Mostly of one person, we are of one of design for yourself. Big message. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me talk to this person. The man that independent candidate asking where you going to tell somebody to vote. Good morning. Let me hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Augustine, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Senior, and I call from district number 1, my Gibby County.
Let's hear you, man.
Let me thank Honorable Tipper for the many job done for our district, specifically for our county. Look, I will urge all my Guineans, we cannot afford to miss the kind of advocate, we cannot afford to miss the kind of leader that we have, a leader who will stand in the face of government and say, look, this is a situation, a leader who will stand in the face of a giant company in his republic and say, look, our people need to be taken care of. I want to encourage you, please come and vote number 13 on the 10th of October. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me talk to this person right there on the line. Good morning.
Hi, Dwayne.
Good morning. This is Augustine, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling that area. I'm calling for Tishkid Mama.
Okay, cool. Yes.
I want to be so grateful to the Lord because He is still is very developmental oriented. One thing I read about Tishkid Mama, minute was to build police station in front of Africa.
Okay.
And I'm telling you for sure, people are doing definitely 40 was some of the workers who do what because among those 15 Canadian in the race, he is the most competent, most qualified, and most educated person among those 15 Canadian in the race.
Okay, let me talk to this person right there on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Augustine. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Melvin McKay. I'm calling from district number 1. You know, a lot of time I get on your radio station and I speak about Representative Tapoe and his achievements. You know, somebody's mentioned the police station. The police station is just the icing on the cake. If you go in that police station, my brother, you'll be impressed. But here's the other part. Just about every area in Margibi County, in district number 1, the representative has touched in some way. I've gone to areas that I couldn't believe that we hear Tapoe's name, and I hear it there. They say, listen, we probably haven't seen him yet, but we're going to vote for him. I don't care if CDC pushes him towards the ocean, he will be just fine.
And you supporting Senator Jah, right?
I am the campaign chairman for Senator Jah. These are the kind of good people, the quality people that we need for Margibi County. Just imagine Senator Jah working.
No, my question is, Senator Jah is from the Liberty Party, and I guess they got a candidate from the Liberty Party there. Why are you not supporting your candidate?
What candidate?
The candidate of your party.
What party? I'm not belonging to any particular party. I'm supporting an individual that I see qualified.
Okay.
And Senator Jah is the top of the line.
Okay, let me talk to this person on the line. Thank you, Mr. Lucky. Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear you, Chief.
I'm going to Honorable Tapower. This is Emmanuel Tutia join this conversation for District 6. You know, that the Honorable Studio is very instrumental in terms of executing the mandate of the people. You know, there are many lessons to be learned, especially in these primary and so forth. I think what I understand for him, and he says to you, in life, as a human, he could set a standard, he could set a priority. Okay. So he has been very focused. So I want to tell him close and let him continue to deliver for the people of this street one market.
Okay, we'll take about 3 calls to go out there and get to the lawmaker. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Augustine Sir, and good morning to Honorable T. Rosa Samon Tapower.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Golden East to Junior, and I called you from District 6 this morning. Let me thank the lawmaker, and that's why continuously we continue to inform our people in my district number 1, not to let this kind of leader go. I mean, 4 hours service to District 6 or District 1, rather, over the last years, yes, sir. I mean, day after day, you can see the emblems, you can see the symbols of what they have done. Okay. You can't stop making up stories. Like every other thing you point to the police station, I mean, market hall, even the clinic that is always in Gardner Reserve there. It is something very tangible. And I know how people of District 1 are aware. They're not going to let it go.
Okay. All right. I'll take just one more call after this call. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning. I'm Best Anthony Gontor, and I call from the University of Liberia, Fender campus to be precise.
Okay.
Let me extend my warmest greeting to the Honorable Studio, Honorable Tiberusa Tapower, the people love makeup. I'm so much joyfied this morning to respond to the Honorable Man for the great thing that he has been doing in the district, and we are so much satiated, and I want to assure you that we are ready to re-elect him to continue the good thing that he's been doing.
Now he won't work in the district. They not get other people working there too.
All the other men there, that man they can't own it. It's what they've been doing is far above the rating. It's very clear.
Okay.
And that's why we are going to re-elect him.
Let's take one more. Let's take the last call right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Augustine, and good morning to you, the Chief Studio. This is Adolphus Noah of Manwazo resident.
Okay, Adolphus.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's one of the reasons for which this country that we will continue to go backward is we have not had the kind of transformational years we need to make our society different.
Okay.
When we leave from here, we go to the Ghana, the Nigeria, the Kenya, we come back with the only countries that are good, they are developed. But one thing that I see in Liberia is that we are jealous, we are envious, we put all kinds of things to the point that when somebody is rising up to bring some change in the society, then we tend to go against that party. But I tell you for sure, the lawmaker institute has brought some transformational style of leadership to our district. It's developmental. But what we have seen, that for me, I was on the other side. I would say I was the propaganda chair for Congo. We don't be but because of what we've seen on the side of this lawmaker, we decided to jump over.
Okay.
Because these are the kind of people we need in our society.
You could be creating a problem for yourself.
I say to you, Chief, keep the heads up. Let's try to touch all of the basics, whatsoever that we have not touched. Let's go there. I can remember there was a time you said, I will not celebrate July 20, why my people are in water.
Maybe that some of these things, because some of these things, is not contesting a party ticket. So you're hearing him for that. All right. Let me talk to this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I got in there for Penang campus.
Okay.
Resident of district number 1. I must commend the honorable in the studio, honorable Chief Tapower. One thing I want to say to the people of District 1 is the district C is not there for apprenticeship. So all of those who wanted to be represented, they should know that District number 1C is not for apprenticeship. So you have to be eloquent enough to come and represent the people of District number 1. And the lawmaker all the period of time have done mercy, and he's environmental oriented, and he's a lawmaker of the people. And we believe that our representative will be retained and will put it up for the second time again.
Let me talk to this last person on the line. No problem. October 10 coming, all the plenty calling. Let me talk to this person. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning. Let's hear
Good
you.
morning to the honorable representative of District 1 Mikey County, on Keep Ourselves from Tampa West. This is Neon B. I'm part of District 1 Mikey County.
Okay.
Let me say thanks to Honorable Lawmaker. You have said all. You have been there for the people of District 1, and the record can speak for itself. Let me extend my voice to many voices to elect our people that on the ballot, number 13, October 10, let us go and vote on Keep Ourselves from Tampa West.
For the education, can make you here now.
For development, for the representation of someone who is down to earth, now who open his door for everybody, let us go and vote him for the right choice.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Follow this person because you've been on the line for long. Let me squeeze you in. Good morning. You are our last caller. I gave you this. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, my name is Komasa Lake.
Okay.
Tupperware is my representative forever. Saying he's independent, I'm independent. Okay, so I love him. He's a star on the hill. He's a baking. So nobody can even go to his toes. We love him, and I pray for him every day.
Okay. Thank you so kindly. Where you listen to all of the calls. I think that's also commendation also. So I will just ask you briefly about this channel union stuff this thing in the country.
Oh, the channel union we fought, we negotiated, and they pay the money to the consolidated account. $1 million from Nigeria. There were $4 million in total. One country got two, Mozambique one, and Nigeria has one.
Okay. We
didn't use that money. So really, you looking at the dynamics right now, we got a few weeks to election. That money cannot be touched. We hope that when we need it, we'll get it. That's the problem. So
you think so?
Yes. Well, now we think so. The money was paid for Nigeria, so that money was utilized. So in the absence of social development, country development, the little money we have, it must be used for the benefit of the people. So it's there, it's protected. We got the documents to it. We're told the week it got in, I knew. Okay, I'm the chair of the caucus.
Okay.
Listening to the caucus, I must appreciate them. It made me to be more humble.
Okay.
The commendations are not to rise up your head or to make you to be somebody else. When people say we will support you, it's not automatic or it should not be exclusive to your arrogance. I want to be the representative that I really wanted to be.
Okay.
And I hope we can do that. Now, I just want to say the issue of the CDC, you said that whole exercise was targeted.
The primary?
Yeah, we're not sort of the primary. We're not even sort of the primary. So what's the resolution always signed?
Yeah, because myself, I got astonished because I remember seeing you among lawmakers that went.
So the whole thing was to target a few persons.
Okay.
Jimmy Smith, myself, and AVC Connor in District 14, and I think Mariman Fofana in District 5.
You think there's any reason why?
Because the heavyweights in there wanted to steer things their way, and so imagine people of immense experience who have represented the people well. Like Jimmy Smith.
You think you were talking against them?
Talking against who?
You people were talking against the party that you...
So when you raise issues, so when you are party member, you don't have mind to disagree. So disagreement should be enmity.
They say you should not have independent voice.
Really? Not these forces.
You should clap and dance to the tune of the party.
No. If it's from we'll not do it, if it's will not do it, if will not do it, Tabo will not do that.
And that's why you are all independent now.
It's fine.
And you're struggling.
Who struggling on who told you we are struggling?
To be re-elected, you're not struggling?
No, we're not struggling. The decision lies with the people.
You think these few calls he got, they are just enough for you to think that you're not struggling?
Augustine, our constituencies are not monolithic.
Okay.
Our constituencies are diverse. We have people from all world. Even people who don't believe in party, they support us. So the fact that you stand up for cause in a society where people do not stand up, where people are afraid because they don't want to step on toes, because when you step on toes, somebody will go against you. We decided to do the right things to stand up for our people and our principles.
Let's get a party statement on Tupperware.
The party statement is 2023 elections. Here, just about. I've been around for a while. I will tell you that with the peaceful coexistence.
Okay.
Being from another party doesn't mean that you are not Liberian. You gotta respect the process Let us do the needful thing. We now want to repeat the days of the 1980s that led to the chaos of the 90s, where the likes of Taylor show up because of the wrong we did. We were here. Trust me, we're here. When the brought torch from Sierra Leone, we were torturing people. We want to make sure Liberia moves on. We are not happy the way Liberia is. Somebody called and said, when we travel, we come, we praise the countries, we can do it. We can do the same thing here. But we have to be realistic and be able to be objective. So, peaceful elections, fair elections, accountable elections. We don't want a situation where you have Emmett Hammer, the late Emmett Hammer. You were not around. You were not even born at the time. where the election commission chairman went to Hotel Africa and decided to go extra from what was done. And when they announced another result, what happened?
Representative Rosa Tapumwe of Maigibi County District 1, he's fronting for re-election. Thank you so kindly for being here with us, and we hope that if the people will give you the mandate to go back and be at the 55th legislature, we hope that we can have another interview wherein we'll ask you as to whether you still have that political will to go after the bills that are still lingering within the Senate. That especially the old folks bill. I know that.
And this way, our people in Firestone and other agriculture companies must get their retirement benefits. That's what the law says.
This is to be Firestone a stronghold.
No, Chief. When you represent people and see how they are being subjected to cruelty, I say that because I sit on the benches and see what the people go through every day.
Okay. Thank you so kindly. Representative Rosa Tapon has been our guest on the last segment of the True Breakfast Show. He has been KORRIES KARNGAR and, of course, Augustine SAAH. This is how we're taking our weekend break. Odin Roberts and Maka Davis will be here on Monday with a brand new edition of the True Breakfast Show. Do have a pleasant morning from Pingsville.